There's 10 blocks, and you have 60 seconds for each one to try and guess the block based on the hints I give. Good luck! Guess the block in 60 seconds. Hint number 1. This block will always drop when destroyed by an explosion. For example, if a creeper blows up dirt, it's not guaranteed to drop, but this block will always drop. Hint number 2. This block emits a light level of 1. Different blocks give off different light levels. Glowstone provides the most amount of light, a redstone torch provides a little less, and this block provides the least amount of light out of all the blocks that produce it. Hint number 3. This block is not naturally generated. So while something like dirt or stone is naturally in the world, the player needs to do something for this block to be obtainable. Hint number 4. This block is affected by gravity. Most blocks in the game can exist without any supporting blocks, but this block will fall without a block underneath it. Hint number 5. Without any glitches, only one of these blocks can be obtainable. Most blocks are very common and can be obtained a lot of times, but this block is one of a kind. Final hint. This block can only be obtained after defeating a mob in the end dimension. Each dimension has unique blocks, and this one is found in the end. The block was the dragon egg. Guess the block in 60 seconds. Hint number 1. This block will only drop when mined with a pickaxe in Java Edition, but it will drop when mined with anything in Bedrock Edition. Hint number 2. This block cannot be pushed by pistons. Pistons can be used to push most blocks in the game, but there are a few that cannot be moved, and this block is one of them. Hint number 3. This block is named differently between Java and Bedrock Edition. Pretty much every block has the same name on each version, like dirt and cobblestone, but this block has a different name depending on which version you play. Hint number 4. This block cannot be destroyed by explosions. When TNT and creepers explode, the blocks around them are destroyed, but this block is strong enough to survive the explosion. Hint number 5. This block can be used and a menu will open up, like when you use a crafting table or a chest. But this block is different because in order to actually use it for its intended effect, a mineral dropped from one of the ores needs to be used. Final hint. This block generates particles. Most blocks do not emit any particles, but some blocks, like end rods, cherry leaves, and this block do. The block was the enchanting table. Guess the block in 60 seconds. Hint number 1. This block will drop a different item when mined. Most blocks will drop themselves when broken, like how dirt drops dirt, but in order to get this block to drop itself, Silk Touch needs to be used. Hint number 2. This block cannot be pushed by a piston. In Java Edition, the piston will just not move if it tries to push this block, but in Bedrock Edition, the piston will activate and this block will break. Hint number 3. This block deals damage when stepped on. Some blocks, like the cactus, will deal damage if any side of the block is touched, but this block is only dangerous from the top. Hint number 4. This block can be sold by a villager. Villagers will sell different items like wool or bookshelves depending on their profession, and this block can be sold by a fisherman. Hint number 5. This block emits a light level of 15. Out of all the blocks that emit light, this block is one of the brightest, but this block will emit a light level of 0 if a certain item is used on it. Final hint. This block generates particles. Not many blocks emit particles, but this block does, and it will emit more particles depending on the block that is underneath it. The block was the campfire. Guess the block in 60 seconds. Hint number 1. This block can be mined with any tool and it will drop. While most blocks break faster with certain tools, like stone with a pickaxe, this block will break in the same amount of time no matter which tool is used. Hint number 2. This block will always drop when destroyed by an explosion. When creepers explode, most blocks, like dirt, have a chance to not drop when destroyed, but this block will always drop. Hint number 3. This block cannot be pushed by pistons. Pistons can be used to push most blocks, but a few blocks, like obsidian, bedrock, and this block, cannot be moved. Hint number 4. This block emits a light level of 15. Different blocks produce different amounts of light, and this block provides the most light out of all the blocks. Hint number 5. This block can be used and a menu will open up, like when you use a crafting table or furnace, but this block only has one slot to put items in. Final hint. This block cannot be used by itself. While you can just put down a crafting table and it will work wherever, this block will only work when certain blocks are below it, and certain minerals dropped from ores need to be used to activate it. The block was the beacon. If you're enjoying the video, remember to hit the subscribe button. Guess the block in 60 seconds. Hint number 1. This block will only drop when mined with a pickaxe. Some blocks, like dirt, will drop no matter which tool is used, but a pickaxe needs to be used for this block to drop. Hint number 2. This block can be used in 3 utility blocks. It can be used to craft in a crafting table, it can be cut in a stone cutter, and it can be smelted in a furnace. Hint number 3. The texture of this block changes based on the direction it is placed. Most blocks, like sand, look the same no matter how you place them, but this block is like a log which changes direction based on its placement. Hint number 4. This this block is found in the Nether. Each dimension has unique blocks, and this one can only be found naturally in the Nether. Hint number 5. This block has a polished and smooth variant. Some blocks can be polished, like polished andesite, and some blocks can be smooth, like smooth stone, but this is the only block to have both a polished and smooth variant. Final hint. A generator for this block can be built. It's similar to how water and lava can be used to create a cobblestone generator, except for this block, no water is used. The block was basalt. Guess the block in 60 seconds. Hint number 1. This block is found in caves. Some blocks, like grass, are found on the surface, and other blocks, like stone, deep slate, and this block, can be found underground. Hint number 2. This block emits a light level of 9. Out of all the blocks that emit light, this block is fairly bright, but this block will also sometimes emit a light level of 0. Hint number 3. This block has a variant. Many blocks in the game have variants. Cobblestone's variant is mossy cobblestone. Stone bricks have 3 variants with mossy, cracked, and chiseled stone bricks, and this block has 1 variant. Hint number 4. This block will drop a different item when mined. Most blocks, like sand, will drop themselves when broken, but in order to get this block to drop itself, Silk Touch needs to be used. Hint number 5. This block can only be mined with an iron pickaxe or better. Some blocks, like dirt, will drop no matter which tool is used, but this block needs to be broken with at least an iron pickaxe for it to drop something. Final hint. This block is an ore. There are many different types of ore that can be found underground, and this block is one of them. The block was redstone ore. Guess the block in 60 seconds. Hint number 1. This block will break instantly. Most blocks take time to break, but some blocks, like flowers, torches, and this block, are broken as soon as they're hit. Hint number 2. This block will not always drop when broken. Some blocks, like dirt, will always drop when destroyed by the player, but this block will only sometimes drop unless Silk Touch or Fortune 3 is used. Hint number 3. This block can only be placed on the ground. Almost every block can be placed on the side of other blocks, but this one needs a block underneath to support it. Hint number 4. This block is not solid. Most blocks, like stone, are solid, so if you need to get past them, you have to break them to get in. But with this block, you can just walk right through. Hint number 5. This block can be climbed. It's similar to how you can climb up a ladder, except this block doesn't need to be against a wall, which makes it a good way to prevent fall damage. Final hint. This block is found in the Nether. Each dimension has unique blocks, and this one can only be found naturally in the Nether, but you can grow it with bone meal in other dimensions. The block was twisting vines. Guess the block in 60 seconds. Hint number 1. This block will only drop when mined with a pickaxe. Some blocks will drop no matter which tool is used, but other blocks, including this one, require specific tools to be mined. Hint number 2. This block is mainly used for decoration. Some blocks have a use, like how you can use a furnace to smelt items, and other blocks, like this one, aren't too useful outside of building. Hint number 3. This block is a variant. Many blocks in the game have variants. Smooth stone is a variant of stone, and this block is a variant of a different block. Hint number 4. This block has a small chance to drop a different item. Most blocks drop themselves when broken. That's true for this block too, except there's a small chance that a different item will drop instead. Hint number 5. This block is only found in bastion remnants. Different structures generate different blocks, and this one is found in the bastions, which generate in the Nether. Final hint. Piglins are attracted to this block. They will run towards this block and pick it up, and if this block is broken when piglins are nearby, they will become hostile and attack the player. The block was gilded blackstone. Guess the block in 60 seconds. Hint number 1. This block can be crafted. Some blocks, like dirt, cannot be crafted, and other blocks, like planks, sandstone, and this block, are craftable. Hint number 2. This block will break instantly when broken with an iron shovel or better. Most blocks take time to break, even when using the best tools, but only an iron shovel is needed for this block to instantly break. Hint number 3. This block has the word block in its name. This isn't the case for most blocks, like how dirt isn't called dirt block, but some blocks actually have the word block in their name. Hint number 4. This block will drop nothing unless it is mined with a shovel. Even then, this block will drop a different item when mined. For this block to drop itself, a shovel enchanted with Silk Touch needs to be used. Hint number 5. This block can be created when certain weather is happening, like how fire can be created from lightning when it's storming, or water can fill a cauldron when it's raining. This block can be generated with certain weather. Final hint. This block can be used to spawn a mob. Most mobs spawn naturally, but some mobs can be spawned when certain blocks are placed a certain way. The block was the snow block. Guess the block in 60 seconds. Hint number 1. This block's texture is animated. The texture of most blocks stay the same, but a few blocks, like the magma block, sea lantern, and this block, are animated. Hint number 2. This block is not solid. Most blocks are solid, meaning they stop the player from going through them, but this block is not solid, which means players can walk right through. Hint number 3. This block only drops when mined with Silk Touch. Most blocks will always drop themselves, like how dirt will always drop dirt, but some blocks need to be mined with a tool that has Silk Touch in order for an item to drop. Hint number 4. This block is mainly used for decoration. Some blocks have a use, like how you can craft with a crafting table, but other blocks are just used for building. Hint number 5. This block will break the fastest when broken with a hoe. Certain tools can be used to break blocks faster, and this block's recommended tool is the hoe. Final hint. This block is found in the deep dark. Different biomes generate different blocks, and this block can only be found underground in the deep dark. But the player can do something to generate it in any biome. The block was the Skulk Vein. That was all the blocks. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed. See ya!